Hi, everyone, and welcome again to one of our webinars. Today, we are going to be uh, talking about Viking cruises, both their ocean and their river cruises. I'm Sherrie Funk, and that's my husband Charlie that you see there. We own Just Cruisin Plus in Brentwood, Tennessee, and Viking is one of our preferred suppliers. They are a company that we have worked with for a number of years. So, Charlie, I'll turn it over to you.
We're pleased to have Beth Walker with us today. She is our account manager, and Beth has been with Viking Cruises for 5 years. She's been in the cruise industry for 10 years, and this is sort of a homecoming sweet feeling for us because the very first river cruise that we ever took in probably 2001, something like that, was on a Viking ship from Chalon-sur-Saône to Avignon. And we fell in love with river cruising, and it has never waned for an instant. We loved all the things that I'm sure that Beth is going to tell us about and more. And if there are things that we especially enjoyed that I think are worth further emphasis and mentions, then count on me to do it. But without further ado, Beth Walker, thank you so much for taking time out of your life to be with us, and the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Charlie and Sherrie. Thank you guys so much for having me today, and thank you everybody at home for joining us today. Today I will be talking about the world of Viking, both river, ocean, and some of our new exciting product announcements as well. So I will go ahead and just go ahead and take the video off myself just for a little bit during the presentation so we can focus on the presentation at hand. And if you have any questions, the chat toolbox will be open during the presentation. Sherrie and Charlie will be checking that throughout the presentation, so we will definitely answer your questions throughout and at the end. And then, of course, if you have any more questions after the presentation, get in touch with your travel advisor at Just Cruisin Plus, and they'll be happy to assist you.
Beth, forgive me for a second. I did mean to
Okay.
mention at the bottom of the screen, this is
Yes.
a live presentation. Of course, what I'm getting ready to say won't work if you're watching this on YouTube, but if you're
Okay.
watching live, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a chat button with a voice balloon above it. Click on that chat button and enter your question, and we'll be sure to answer it for you. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Perfect. No, thank you so much for pointing that out. All right, so without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started here. Okay, so the world of Viking. So Viking Cruises, for those of you that don't know, was started over 20 years ago on the rivers in Russia, actually. So creating the modern river cruise industry as we know it today. Viking has grown to be the world's leading river cruise line, and with the launch of our ocean fleet in 2015, it has also become the leader in small ship ocean cruising as well. And when we talk about Viking's philosophy, now what sets us apart from other cruise lines is we're not everything to everyone. At Viking, we believe travel should be more than just a trip. It should be a gateway to insight and discoveries. That's why we have designed our itineraries to be destination focused and culinary enriching, allowing you more time to explore and engage with the nature, culture, cuisine, and the history of the destinations that you're visiting. The Viking difference. So this is also something that we're proud of that actually sets us apart from other cruise lines as well. The Viking difference includes we are the small ship experts. Viking takes you closer to your destination with more time in port, more overnight stays in embarkation and disembarkation ports. We own and operate our entire fleet to deliver a seamless and consistent experience. Docking in these hearts of the destination just means a short walk away from prime central berths and great cities and specialty ports. So nobody likes to walk and have to take a bus or a cab to get further to the heart of the city. So Viking owns a lot of the ports in the rivers, in the river ports that we can just dock right in there, and then you're right there. So it just makes it for a short walk, as I said. Okay. And when we talk about the thinking person's cruise, now our cruises, are more for the travelers that like to explore, learn, and understand. You know, the more really for the history buffs, you know, the culture, again, like I said, the history of the places that you're going to, the culinary, the architecture, buildings. You know, we plan everything ahead before you go, you know, to anticipate your journey with filmographies, short cultural videos, and recommended reading. Also activities on board and on shore, lots of opportunities to share in the region's culture, and you get to connect with fellow travelers to develop lifelong friendship. The dining on board. Now, I have been on our ships, on our ocean ships, and let me tell you, the dining is just, oh my, to die for. It is really, you feel like you are in a high-end restaurant. We keep our dining destination focused, you know, featuring local specialties and always available American classics, of course. Fresh fare, regional cuisine, locally sourced ingredients, and authentic regional dishes. So our chefs will go out in port and get fresh ingredients to make for your lunches and your dinners on board. Impeccable service and casual elegance. No formal dining. It's more of an elegant casual. So don't have to worry about suits and ties and evening wear like gowns or anything like that. But it really just feels like you are in that high-end restaurant, but more of a casual dining. And as you can see here, this is the roasted fillet of lamb. I have had this, and it is just mouth-watering. It really is just. I mean, words can't even do it justice, or this picture. The food on board is just spectacular. And our service. Now we have award-winning service, genuine, warm, thoughtful attention. We are dedicated to providing warm hospitality to our guests and ensuring everyone feels at home on board all of our ships. We have the most loyal staff in the industry, and with over 90% returning year after year, you can expect the same quality service every time throughout our rivers, the oceans, and expeditions. I mean, our staff really does go above and beyond for our guests on board. I've heard great stories. The Viking Way. Now, the Viking Way, this is something that we live by these three things when it comes to our shore excursions. Now, what that means is, for example, local life. Local life will take you into, you know, see how the locals do. You'll experience Cologne's beer culture, enjoy dinner at a historic Brojas restaurant, or take a dip in the therapeutic waters at one of Budapest's thermal spas. Working world is, you know, seeing how the world works in these ports and how things work and go behind the scenes. Learn, for example, you'll learn about the design and function of Kinderdijk's windmills, or visit a cheese farm and get in-depth look at how one of the Netherlands' top products is made. And privileged access, one of my favorites, is we have exclusive access behind the scenes, you know, sometimes before any other tour guides are allowed. You know, we really do, for example, go behind the scenes at one of Austria's revered cultural institutions and spend the afternoon with the Vienna Boys Choir. Or you can marvel at incredible views of Cologne and the Rhine from the roof of Cologne's magnificent Gothic cathedral. So it really does give you that privileged VIP access on the shore excursions. And with the shore excursions, I want to include, Viking does offer one complimentary shore excursion in every port of call. So that is also nice because those can add up. So free of charge, one complimentary excursion is already picked out for you, but you do have the option to choose your times and when you'd like to take that excursion. And also what's included, besides from the one shore excursion, as I said, so we also include all onboard meals. So featuring, again, the regional specialties, American classics. So all meals on board are included, even the alternative special dining. It's all included. So no cover charges, nothing like that, all included for you. Even the 24-hour room service on our oceans. Beer, wine, and soft drinks are also included during lunch and dinner, and that can definitely add up for you drinkers out there. But the wine, beer, soft drinks, it's endless, unlimited during lunch and dinner. Also, I want to point out is you are welcome to bring alcohol or any beverage on board with you. We don't charge any corkage fees. We don't have to hold it for you till the end of your cruise. So while you're out in these ports in Europe and Paris, if you want to buy a bottle of wine, bring it back on board, definitely do so. We'll go ahead and open it for you at dinner, or you can just enjoy it in your stateroom. Also, specialty coffees and teas available 24 hours a day. So it's nice not to have to pay for the extra bottled water. That is complimentary to you. So the bottled water, as I said, free Wi-Fi. Now, free Wi-Fi is great, so you can stay connected to your family and friends back home, share pictures of your vacation, post on social media. So that is nice to have that free Wi-Fi on board. First-class hotels for the pre and post-night extensions, in-room informant systems. You get movies on demand. And then we also include CNN, Fox, National Geographic, and some others. And of course, all port charges and government taxes are included in your cruise fare. So no nickel and diming. Viking is not about nickel and diming. What you see is what you get. It's all included in the cruise fare there. I want to point out the only thing that's not included is gratuities. I know that one does come up a lot, and we feel that's a very personal thing to you and how you want to spend your gratuities. So you do have the option to prepay for those beforehand, or you can go ahead and just pay for those at the end of your cruise. Its choice is yours. This is actually a really neat slide. This is actually one of my favorite slides because, while it's important to know what's included, this is the type that actually, this is a screen that sets us apart from cruise lines and what we are not. When people think cruises, especially those that haven't been on them, they think of, loud, they think of carnival, they think of, or like a carnival rides, or, slides or zip lining, something that might not always appeal to every traveler. So for Viking, we don't offer any casinos on board. So no casinos, no kids under 18. Everybody loves their kids, but let's be honest, we love our own kids, but not so much everybody else's, right? No umbrella drinks, no photographer hassling you for photography sales. Again, there's no charge for beer and wine with lunch and dinner. The Wi-Fi is included. The laundromats are also included, so there's no additional charge to wash your clothes. There's no entrance fee for the spa. You can go ahead and enter in at any time for no additional fee. On our ocean ships, there is actually this is on all of our ships, no inside staterooms. So all of our ships at least have an exterior facing cabin. So all of them at least have a window or above. No smoking, no waiting in lines. Even if our ships are sold at max capacity, you never feel overcrowded. You never have to wait in line for an elevator, for dining, for the theater. Again, no formal nights, butlers, white gloves. And then of course, no nickel and diming, as I said. So I really like this slide because it really doesn't, not all of those appeal to every traveler. And I feel like this really sets us apart for those that, want to take a cruise, but don't necessarily like all of those things that other cruise lines offer. So I'm going to start with the river world of Viking. Now, when we talk about the river world of Viking, we're talking about the most cosmopolitan cities developed along the rivers. The world's first trade routes, from iconic must-sees like Paris, Amsterdam, and Budapest to quaint villages and towns just waiting to be discovered. A river provides you the easy access to savor the delights of both. Cities like Berlin, Lisbon, Vienna, Moscow, Cairo, Beijing, just a few that are accessible on the river cruise. In addition to these cities, cruises along lesser known rivers like the Mekong in Southeast Asia and the Main in Germany are also options our guests can travel along with Viking. So a lot to discover, a lot of river waterways to travel with Viking in Europe. And before we get into that, I just want to go over some awards that we are very proud of. Here, as the luxury travel advisor, we get the Award of Excellence. So Viking is the first cruise line to win both river and ocean categories in the annual Awards of Excellence for the 4th year in a row now. So just remember that we did just start Oceans in 2015. So to have this award in 2017 is a great accomplishment. So we do want to thank all of our travel advisors and all of our guests for voting for us. We very much appreciate it and very proud of this award. And then here are a list of some others, just to name a few. So we are the most awarded river cruise line. So very, very proud of how far we've come. And let's go ahead and get into some of our river cruise voyage highlights. Now I'm going to be highlighting some of the main river cruises, some of our most popular. Of course, we go to many destinations. So feel free and reach out to your advisor at Just Cruisin Plus, and they'll be happy to go over all the destinations with you if you're not sure where you want to go. But probably our most popular 8-day one is the Rhine Getaway. Now this one sails Amsterdam to Basel, or vice versa, so it does go in both directions. You get 6 guided tours, and then it visits 4 countries. So Kinderdijk, Cologne, Koblenz, Rudesheim, Speyer, Strasbourg, Breisach, and Basel. And here is an overlook of the map. So this itinerary is already out for 2022. It is available to book now. Again, 8 days, 4 countries, and it does go in both directions. And we do offer extensions in Amsterdam. So if you want to have a couple extra nights in Amsterdam, you can tag on a hotel package there. Or if you want to do Basel, we also have an extension at Lake Como that you can do as well. So contact your travel advisor for prices and availability on that. Our next most popular 8-day is our Romantic Danube. So Romantic Danube is 8 days as well, 5 guided tours, 3 countries. This gives you overnights in Budapest and Vienna and Regensburg. So this one is, just because it says romantic doesn't mean you have to be a couple to take this cruise. It's definitely a great must-see for everyone. So this one does go in both directions as well. You can start in Budapest and in Regensburg or vice versa. For those who are interested in extending their cruise to Nuremberg, we do offer an hotel extension there or a hotel extension in Prague if you'd like as well. So definitely highly recommend. When doing an 8-day cruise, the number one regret I hear when clients come back is, I wish I would have had more time in port. So, or I wish I would have set more time aside. So if you can't quite do a 2-week cruise and you want to add a couple more days, definitely do those extensions. It's definitely going to be worth it in the end. And for those that do have more than 2 weeks available to take away, our 15-day Grand European Tour visits kind of combines both the Rhine and the Danube. So this one does hit Amsterdam, Cologne, Koblenz, Bamberg, Nuremberg, Passau, another overnight in Vienna and Budapest. And this one as well does go in both directions. 12 guided tours included with this, and 4 countries is what you visit here. And here is the map, as you can see. So you hit the Rhine, the Main, and the Danube, all with all the 3 rivers within the Grand European Tour. So, and overnights as well in Amsterdam and Budapest. So definitely a great one to do if you're just starting out river cruising, you have the time. I highly recommend booking the Grand European Tour because it combines everything in one. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and jump here. Oh, I'm sorry, I had a little misprint there for we jumped a slide. Sorry about that. I know that slide got stuck in there. That's to the end, but let's go ahead and go to our Viking Longships overview. So I'm going to get into the longships that sail the rivers in Europe. So the Viking Longship, it holds about 190 guests, 4 decks, 95 staterooms. Again, all exterior facing staterooms. Just right now, I do believe we have about 75 longships. So a lot of availability to choose from. We usually have a cruise sailing in both directions on the same date to all of our itineraries. So a lot for you guys to choose from. And this is kind of nice. That says this kind of gives you an overview of why Viking is a better value to some of the other river cruise lines. So we do utilize most of the space. 20% more space, only vessels to have 3 decks, innovative square bow. So we really design the bow of the ship for more use, so that we can have more seating area for dining, for guests to roam about. So definitely a lot more space that's utilized. And again, we're owned and operated, so it makes a consistent level of service. And we like to pass those savings on to our guests. So it really does, just the littlest in detail really just goes a long way, what you'll see once you're on board our river longships. Now, as we go inside, what we did here is, the best way to explain our interior design is the serene Scandinavian spaces. Now, we are Norwegian, so we like to bring that into the design of our ships. So thoughtfully designed to connect with the destination, spacious staterooms designed for comfort and serenity, light-filled spaces that inspire to refresh throughout the journey, and really just a quiet and comfortable, relaxing feel on board. So as we take a little tour here, here's the guest services. So in guest services, everything our guests could possibly need is found here. So anything outside of the normal planned shore excursions. So for any guests who'd like to go on their own out in the port, right here is where they'll go ahead and talk to our guest services. Now our guest services live on the rivers, so they can give you recommendations on what to do, where to go see, what to go see, set you up with a ride. Definitely you'll find all of the knowledge of the ports here. So this is a great location to get all the information if you want to go ahead and go out on your own. Here's our atrium. Now, here's where our guests will meet for tours. Now, if you notice all the natural light coming in, this was actually done on purpose. Again, we are Norwegians, so in Norway, there's a lot of dark months in Scandinavia. So our vessels were designed to allow a lot of natural light to come in throughout our ships. So you will see the open lighting, the glass windows from floor to ceiling throughout all of our ships, actually. And here's our restaurant, where, again, with the windows, right? So the restaurant is where you'll enjoy a multi-course meal featuring regional cuisine and, of course, your available American classics. It's an upscale dining venue with panoramic windows with ever-changing views. So you're really never too far from your destination when dining in the restaurant. Here's the Viking Lounge. Now the Viking Lounge is located, the Viking Lounge is kind of located centrally. Here is where guests will, gather, take in the view of the scenery, have a drink, catch up on the day with friends. Some port talks will happen here as well. And then if there's any, some guests will like to get up and start dancing on the floor there, or we have a pianist that'll go ahead and perform there at night. So not a lot of entertainment, but there's definitely going to be entertainment because, again, you're in the river, so you're in port pretty much all day. So there's not a lot of time spent on the ship where you have to worry about what are you going to do with your time. But there is some light entertainment for you, whether it's some folk dancing going on, people sharing stories, or the pianist. That usually takes place here in the Viking Lounge. So again, you can see the floor-to-ceiling windows. So the Viking Lounge is a peaceful, can offer a peaceful, serene, and casual. So if you just want to enjoy the sunset with a cocktail and watch the scenery pass as you compare notes about the day's discoveries with your new friends. Or you can just grab a book from the library and just relax and then, read about the ports that you're going to, or whatever you'd like to do on your downtime. Here's where you can do it with beautiful views. Here's our Akvavit Terrace. Now this is located in the bow of the ship. The Akvavit Terrace is a casual outdoor space where your destination is your dining room. Serving both breakfast and lunch, it provides the most alfresco dining on Europe's rivers. It's a great way to relax and take in the scenery. There's also cashmere blankets offered on the back of the seat. So if you it gets a little brisk in the evening, you can go ahead and wrap up in the blanket. So really just a beautiful place to enjoy some alfresco dining. And here's the library I was talking about, or we can grab a book. You can enjoy it in the library itself. Now this is located in the heart of the upper deck. It has comfortable seating, elegant reading lights. Our ship's libraries carry approximately 80 books in various languages, but mostly English, and several games too, such as chess, backgammon, and playing cards. So for those of you that like to read and want to take on a game of chess or checkers or play some cards, this is where you can go ahead and do that. And up top here we have our sun deck. Now the sun deck's where you can relax. You take in 360 views, so it really makes for scenic cruising. Takes scenic cruising to a whole other level. So weather permitting, it's a great beautiful day out to go ahead and come up here as we sail on by to the next port, whether it's during the day or at night, to enjoy the city lights. Also too, located up here is our walking track. So there's no gym on board. It's too small of a ship to have a gym, but again, you're going to be out in port, so the port is pretty much your gym because of the walking that you do and all the excursions that you do. So, but there is a light walking track for those that are interested as well. This is a neat little touch too that I love. Organic herb garden located on the upper deck. So here is where our chefs, our culinary staff will come up here, grab some fresh herbs, and then go ahead and infuse it in our authentic regional dishes for you for lunch and for dinner. So this is a really neat little touch that we added here. And then let's go ahead and get into our staterooms. Now, the fine art of detail. So after a lifetime spent living in hotels, our chairman, Torstein Hagen, wanted to ensure every detail of our ships was elegantly functionable. So we designed easy to read and open premium bath products, intuitive remote controls, large showers with strong water pressure, clear controls, and my personal favorite, anti-fog mirrors and heated floors. So nobody likes to come out of the shower to a cold floor, whether there's a towel down or not. So those floors are heated for you. And then as we step into our cabins, this is our lead-in cabin, the standard stateroom. As you can see, all the rooms at least start with a window and up. The standard room is at 150 square feet. And this room does offer you either a king size bed, or you can go ahead and separate into 2 twins, as all the rooms do as well. Next, we have our French balcony. French balcony is not an actual balcony, but you do get that full sliding glass mirror from sliding glass window from floor to ceiling. So, and this also offers you, it's 135 square feet. And again, the bed can be arranged as 2 twins as well. Upgrade from the French balcony is our veranda. Now here is where the room gets a little bit bigger. So we're at 205 square feet. And now you get your own private balcony with 2 chairs and a little table. As you can notice, the wine bottle out there on the balcony. As I said, you bring on the wine on board, or a case of beer, or whatever beverage you'd like, and enjoy it on your own private balcony in the veranda stateroom. The veranda suite is where we get into our suites at 275 square feet. It offers a little seating area, living room area, again with your own private balcony, and then the bed as well that can be configured as a king or 2 twins. And then we've got our veranda suite bathroom. So all the bathrooms look the same. This is pretty much all the bathrooms are gonna look. I've seen these bathrooms in life, and as I can tell you, it does not feel like you're on a ship. The way they designed and use the little amount of space they have, you can really tell that they put some real thought into it, because it doesn't feel cramped. It doesn't feel open. It's elegant, it's modern, it doesn't feel like you're in a cheap hotel or maybe a trailer or something like that, with a small space. It really does feel like you're in an elegant 5-star hotel, but on water. And here is the top of the line suite on our river ships. This is the Explorer suite. Now this is the seating room area. 405 square feet. These rooms offer you a wraparound veranda. So there's only 2 located on each longship, and they're in the aft of the ship. So 2 Explorer suites available on every longship. And here is the Explorer suite bathroom. So this one is going to be a little bit bigger when it comes to the bathrooms. And if you notice there too, you do have a window in the shower area. So don't worry. I mean, that window does fog up. So when you want some privacy, so everybody's safe, can peep in. But it's very Europe-like for that style right there. But yeah, that window does fog up for you guys. But again, just the amount of detail that went into really utilizing the small space is just really amazing. All right, so that concludes us for the rivers. Let's go ahead and jump into the oceans. Now the oceans, again, we started in 2015. Viking introduced its first ocean ship with the naming of the 930 guest all veranda Viking Star. And then 1 year later, we launched the second ocean ship, Viking Sea. And all of our ocean ships are exactly the same. So they're like sister ships. So I do believe we have about 7 ocean ships now sailing the oceans of the world with Viking. So here, as you can see, we hit pretty much everywhere when it comes to Alaska, Canada, the US, Brazil, Argentina, Australia, China. I mean, you name it, our ocean ships sail it. And before we get into our destinations here, I'm going to go over the awards for our ocean ships. This is also one that we're very proud of. Viking was voted #1 ocean cruise line starting in 2016 all the way up into 2020. So world's best ocean cruise line by Travel and Leisure. Now again, we only started ocean sailing in 2015, so just a year later and 5 years in a row, we've been voted the best. again, thank you to everyone who's voted for us. We truly appreciate it, and we really just hope to continue this award throughout the years to come. Again, highly awarded ocean cruise line that we just started in March. So 5-time winner of Travel and Leisure, 2-time winner of Berlitz, just to name a few. So there's a lot for you to see here. So a lot of awards that we are proud of with our ocean ships. Now let's go ahead and get into our most popular ocean voyages. So our most popular 15-day is going to be our Viking Homelands. Now the Viking Homelands is gives you 11 guided tours, 8 countries. You go to Stockholm, St. Petersburg, Tallinn, Gdansk, Poland, Berlin, Copenhagen. Just a lot to see. This one sells out quite a lot. So this is a great itinerary. It gives you a lot of included guided tours. So definitely a great one to see for you guys that are interested in seeing the Baltics. Here's a map. This one also does go in both directions. So you can start in Bergen or Stockholm and vice versa. And the little white dots there that you see on the screen, those are your overnighters. So again, overnights in Stockholm, St. Petersburg, and Bergen. And we also offer the pre and post extensions for Bergen as well. And so to every beginning and end of our cruises, you can add on a pre or post hotel extension. Another popular Baltic cruise is our Into the Midnight Sun. 15 days, 9 guided tours, 3 countries. This one is more of Norway, just Norway, and then also England, and then the Shetland Islands in Scotland. And here is an overview of the map here. So this one you do get the overnights in Bergen and London. So 15 days, this one's a really good one as well. We do have an overnight and an extension you can add in Reykjavik on this one. So anybody that wants to go ahead and visit Iceland definitely can tag that along with this itinerary. And for the Mediterranean lovers, our iconic Western Mediterranean is probably our most popular 8-day. 8-day, 5 guided tours, 4 countries. You visit Spain, France, Monaco, and Italy. This one does give you overnights in Barcelona, Florence, and then of course you can add on pre and post as well to the beginning and the end. And here is the map. So this one, most of our cruises always go in both directions. So you do have the option to choose. With our ocean ships, we don't have as many as we do our river longships. That means not as much availability as we do our river cruises. So there might not be a cruise that goes in both directions on the same date. So the direction will depend on availability and the sailing date that you're choosing, of course. And all these itineraries are open for 2022 as well. So open and ready to book now. And let's go ahead and step into our ocean ship. 930 guests. Now we are, again, small ship cruising. And now from what I'm hearing, after this whole pandemic, people are kind of, the fear of being overcrowded on these ships with thousands and thousands of people isn't really going to appeal to a lot of travelers. So we are hearing that a lot of travelers are going to want to start, maybe doing the small ships as opposed to the large, 1,000 guest capacity ships. So we're already there. We don't hold any more than 930 guests on board. And like I said, even if this ship is at max capacity, you never feel overcrowded. You never have to wait in line for an elevator or dining reservations or anything like that. It feels almost just like it's your own ship. It really does, and I can say that from experience. So let's go ahead and get into the inside of our ship here. And all the ships are the same. All the ships are exactly the same layout, the same design. It's just a difference in when they were announced and when they were built. So, and they do get refurbished every once a year. So here's our H3 deck atrium. So the same serene Scandinavian design as you find on our river ships. Here is where you're going to enter into the ship at the 3-deck atrium. Live music will go on here and is heard throughout the whole ship. That picture that you see at the top staircase, that's an ever-changing picture display. So they'll try to keep it more destination focused, whether you're going to the Mediterranean, the Baltics, Asia. they try to keep that little picture. So you'd see new pictures there throughout the day. So I thought that was a really nice touch as well. So and this is actually centered right in our living room area. It's what we call our living room. So surrounding this area right here is our living room, where you can relax, grab a book, you know, catch up with friends, grab some coffee. It really is comfortable. It really makes you feel at home. Very, very clean. I mean, I don't think I've ever been in a ship that's clean as ours. And maybe that has to do with no kids on board, but it really, really is immaculate. Here is our Explorer's Lounge. Now, with 2-story panoramic windows for maximum views, the Explorer's Lounge is inspired by epic journeys of discovery. This inviting space is the perfect place to share a cocktail with friends or relax while taking in the scenery. So again, blankets are available on back of the chairs. Enjoy some scenic cruising during the day, at night, or just relax and have a cocktail or a cup of coffee with some friends to enjoy. And this is a two-story. So this is that was the bottom story that I just showed you. So this is the upper story of the Explorer's Lounge. And right behind us here, so if we're facing as the camera is facing, right behind us is the bar that's centrally located in the Explorer's Lounge. So that is open for you to enjoy. Grab a drink for a nightcap, or again, a nice fresh cup of coffee in the morning. Here is our winter garden. Now, under a canopy of Scandinavian wood in the Serene winter garden. So here you can indulge in high afternoon tea service, complete with freshly made finger sandwiches, richly textured scones, and delightful desserts. I actually had the privilege to see a boys choir practicing right here in the winter garden. So there was it made some live soothing music for me. So it was really, really nice. So you never know what you're going to find on the Viking Ocean ship, but that was a really nice touch. That was really unexpected. So. And here's our main pool. Now the heated main pool provides a calming oasis in any weather. So it does have a retractable roof, so it allows for year-round swims. In the evening, you can enjoy movies under the night sky on our giant poolside screen. So we do offer you a type of movies under the stars, quote unquote. And the pool is heated as well, as I said. And here is our infinity pool located in the aft of the ship. Here is nice. I'll also, what I did here was actually just grab a little drink, a little cocktail, sit there and relax at the end, and just enjoy the views of the passing ocean as we sail. And then here we enter the spa. Now again, no additional charge to enter the spa. We do offer services such as massages, facials. We do offer a salon on board as well. The services are extra, but there's no charge to enter in the spa like some other cruise lines have. So this is free for you guys to use. And surprisingly, I think people forget that this is even here, because not a lot of people were in the spa when I was on board. So maybe one or two. So definitely go in there. Never feels overcrowded. And then here is one of my personal favorites, the Snow Grotto. So we were the first cruise industry to introduce the Snow Grotto. So the Snow Grotto is located in the spa directly across from the sauna. So what you'll do is you'll go ahead and open up your pores in the sauna, and then you'll go ahead and hop into the Snow Grotto to close those pores up. So yeah, I know what you're thinking, snow, cold, but it definitely feels great once you're leaving that sauna. And then here as the choice, here's our dining venues. So the best dining choices at sea. Choose from 18 dining options. Again, all with no additional charge, whether it be the restaurant. That's the main area where people are going to dine for lunch and dinner. We have Manfredi's. Manfredi's offers the best of Italian cuisine, whether it's the farm-inspired heartiness of Tuscany or the famed flavors of Rome. Best Italian food on the sea can be found at Manfredi's. The chef's table. Chef's table is they actually create the perfect pairing of food and wine here. So here you'll enjoy multi-course tasting. Our chefs and staff pour from select vintages and serve thoughtfully prepared dishes that were made for each other. The World Cafe. Now the World Cafe in Akivy Terrace, then this is more of a live cooking and open kitchen and premium sushi, seafood choices. The World Cafe provides a vibrant and interactive experience and a wide range of international flavors. So whether you're feeling sushi, whether you're feeling, some sandwiches, some some pasta, that can all be found at the World Cafe, and then you can enjoy it on the Akavit Terrace as well. And we've got Mamson's. Mamson's is located, Mamson's actually not on, yeah, there it is, Mamson's Norwegian Deli. So it's like located in the Explorer's Lounge, and actually the name Mamson is actually the Hagen family named after Tor's mother. So she, created some great recipes that they actually use today on board the ocean ships, whether it's her famous waffles or a split pea soup. Those are always available on any voyage at the Mamson's Norwegian Deli. And then we've got the pool grill, where you can find for a relaxed lunch or afternoon snack. It offers casual fare, prepared to order, such as a burger or maybe some seared ahi tuna and much more. And then room service. This is actually one of my personal favorites as well. 24-hour room service, all included. So no additional charge for room service. You go back to your room after a late day and you're feeling like a steak at 3 in the morning, go ahead and order a steak at 3 in the morning. There's no additional charge. So that's a really nice touch as well. Again, all complimentary within your cruise fare. Now I will add that the specialty restaurants, the Manfredi's, the Chef's Table, those are, and not Mamson's, I'm sorry, those are gonna need additional reservations. You can't just walk in there, you will need pre-reservations for those. But you can make those either pre-cruise or while you're on board. And here's the look at the Akavit Terrace. Again, this is located where the infinity pool is located on the aft of the ship as well. So there's actually 3 places to eat al fresco on board. It's going to be the restaurant, the Akavit Terrace, and the pool grill. Now let's go ahead and go into our stateroom, our all veranda stateroom. So really nice that the I feel like when you're doing an ocean cruise, interior rooms are going to do justice. You're going to want that full view window. You're going to want to see the sights, in the morning as you wake up or at night when you're getting ready to wind down. So it really is a perfect retreat to relax and begin the day refreshed, and then end it relaxed at the evening from your excursions at night. So really fine art to detail, king size beds available, goose down pillows, generously proportioned closets, and they are award-winning bathrooms. So let's go ahead and jump into the veranda stateroom. So this is the leading category. So you can't book anything less than a veranda balcony. So all the rooms have their own private balcony, a little seating area there with 2 chairs and a table here. So this is going to be our lead-in. As you can see, it's pretty spacious too. So a lot of room, and the bed can be converted into 2 twins as well for those who want separate beds. An upgrade from the verandas. Deluxe verandas is also an option that we use, but those are going to be exactly the same as the verandas. The only difference is where they're located on board, and they offer some more amenities, which your travel advisor can definitely go over with you as well if you have more questions on that. Our penthouse veranda. This is the upgrade from that. So this offers you a little extra space inside, and then the balcony is a little bit larger as well, and you get more amenities. And when I talk about amenities, so the way it works is the higher cabin category you book into, you'll be first in line to choose your shore excursions or to choose your dining reservations for the specialty restaurants. So those are the main amenities that are offered with booking in an upgraded cabin. And then we got our penthouse junior suite. So here's where we get into more of a two-room stateroom. So this offers you a lot more space inside than the penthouse veranda and the veranda. You do have a curtain there that can close to give you some more privacy for those who want to sleep in a little bit later than the travel partners. And so more space inside and more amenities as well. And then here's the look into the bathrooms. Now the verandas, the deluxe verandas and the penthouse verandas, those all have 1 sink. The bathrooms all look the same, but just with 1 sink. When you get into the suites, that's when you're gonna have your double sink vanity. Again, all included with the premium toiletries, the heated floors, and the anti-fog mirrors. And then of course our Explorer suite. So Explorer suite is one of the top suites on board our ocean ships. These are also have wraparound verandas as you found on our Longships. So you can either book a Explorer Suite in the front bow of the ship or the back aft of the ship. Now they are going to differ in size, and it's just depending on where they're located. And again, your travel advisor would be happy to go over the details of the square footage for all the Explorer Suites, depending on which one you were looking at or which one you feel would be best for you. They do offer you a living room area and a bedroom area, and then of course the double vanity sink. And these the bathrooms actually the Explorer Suite bathrooms actually have bathtubs in them, so they're the only suites that do have a bathtub. And here's a look at the veranda. So this is one that's located in the bow of the ship. So with the bow Explorer Suites, these verandas are going to be slightly a little bit smaller, just because you know, of the air coming as we sail. So the verandas in the Explorer Suites in the back aft are going to be just a little bit larger for those of you who kind of want to know a difference. So, and then of course we have our top of the line suite, the owner suite. I had the privilege of actually stepping into this owner suite while on board. No one was occupying it at the time, but it's almost always sold out because there is only one on board. 1,400 square feet. This one, here's a list of amenities that come with it. 11 a.m. Party stateroom access. You're the first to book your shore excursions, your reservation at the alternative restaurants. You get a boardroom that's located in this room as well. The seats 12. Ocean view dry sauna. This is just the best of the best suite on board, and we only have one of these available. So if this is of interest to you, get a hold of your travel advisor from Just Cruisin Plus now, because this will sell out. And here's a look at the inside. So it's kind of, you know, reminds me of a small condo, you know, actually bigger than my own, but it's just truly breathtaking. Really, the design and interior decorating, and they keep, and our staff on board keeps your room clean. I mean, you can't go 2 minutes, so I feel like, with your bed not being made. So, all right, so that does it for our ocean ship. Now the exciting new product announcements for the Viking. So the next one I'm about to show you is our much anticipated Viking Mississippi. Now the Viking Mississippi, now we have, you know, this is something we've all been longing for and waiting for. We just announced this in April. These are open starting in 2022, and it is open for sale now. So here is a look at the Viking Mississippi ship. So the best way to describe the Viking Mississippi ship is if our Viking Europe Longship and our Viking Ocean ship had a baby, it would be the Viking Mississippi. Just about as long as the Viking Longship, but a little bit wider. And the reason why we can make this one wider is because the locks on the Viking Mississippi River are wider than the locks in Europe. So same Scandinavian design and comfort on the Longships and ocean vessels, but with purpose-built spaces. So designed exclusively for the ship. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more pictures here. So here, just a close-up look now. These are all pictures of what it's going to look like. It's currently being built right now. So we don't have any live photos of the ship, but it's just probably it's coming from experience. If none of you have been on a Viking ship, it's just the pictures really do no justice. So you really have to see it in person. So this is going to be just, it's already a great seller. So for those of you who are interested in cruising domestic with Viking, now's the time to book this, because it is, I heard it's sold out for 2022, but we did release them for 2023. So now's the perfect time to get your deposit down to get that reserved. And here's a look at the itineraries that we're going to be offering. Oops, let's go back here. So here is, so we're going to be doing both. The Viking will travel from the lower Mississippi portion, where our Southern Celebration and Heart of Delta itineraries are focused, to the northern stretches of the Mississippi River, where America's Heartland itinerary and America's Great River itineraries reach. So 3 8 days available, and then 1 15-day that combines both. The 15-day one is only offered twice per year. That one is, because it's only available twice per year, it is selling out quick. So if that's something that you're interested in, you want to do both the upper and the lower Mississippi, definitely don't wait on that one. That one is ready to book now if you're ready. And here we've got just a more in-depth look here at the itinerary. So the first is the Heart of the Delta. This one sails from New Orleans to Memphis and reverse. So for this cruise, we will have more departure dates than any other of the Mississippi cruises. We will sail this itinerary from January to mid-June and mid-October to November. And during the winter, when it's too cold to go to Memphis, we'll run another itinerary called the Southern Celebration. We'll offer 7 to 8 day cruises round trip between New Orleans per year on this itinerary. And during the fall, our upper Mississippi itinerary is offering gorgeous views of the changing foliage colors during the seasons. Here is our 8 day America's Heartland itinerary sails between St. Louis to St. Paul and reverse, approximately 14 times per year. And again, we gain access to the upper Mississippi during our longest cruise and repositioning, the America's Great River itinerary, a 15-day itinerary getaway that combines all of the itineraries and stretches from New Orleans in the Delta to the lower Mississippi to St. Paul in the north. So again, already becoming a guest favorite there on the 15-day one. Okay, so let's go ahead, and our next newest announcement is going to be the Viking Expeditions. Viking Expeditions, we are in the current process of building 2 Viking Expedition ships, the Viking Octandus and the Viking Polaris. So expedition ships are optimally designed for expedition cruising. Our expedition ships are small enough to navigate remote areas, yet large enough to provide speed, superior handling, and stability in the roughest seas. So again, small enough to gain access to desired landing spots in the polar regions, large enough to be comfortable, large enough to include the facilities required for exploration missions, large enough to offer all the amenities our customers expect from Viking. So this is the latest in our legacy of award-winning ships, including our Viking Longships, built for, again, the Great Rivers and our ocean ships. So very, very, I mean, I can't tell you again. Just the pictures, justice for this one. I can't wait to see this one in person as well. And here is a look at some pictures of how it will look on board. To our upper right here, that is going to be Finns, the Finns Terrence, named after Torstenhagen's daughter's dog, actually, which is like their baby. So there, you can enjoy some scenic cruising. In the middle there, you've got a fireplace to add some warmth while cruising in the chilly Antarctic and Arctic. And then behind there, as you can see, is going to be the open, it's kind of like a theater, but so it does have a screen that comes down where you can watch some movies, or do historical documentaries, and then that screen does slide up so that you can have some scenic viewing, and then they'll have demonstrations and port talks for you while you're cruising. So if you don't want to be outside, you can definitely be inside to look at the scenery as well. And then we're going to have what we call Nordic balconies on this ship. So as you can see, the bottom left-hand corner is, so it's not a full balcony. It is a little, I mean, it's going to be cold, let's be honest. So we do have some verandas available, but most of the rooms are going to be with Nordic balconies. So you have that big window there, and it comes down halfway. And when you do open it halfway, there's heat that comes from that middle bar that kind of comes up. And so you don't get rushed with cold air into your room. So a lot of heat, whether it be from that window there to your heated closets, again, the heated floors in the bathrooms, definitely make you feel most comfortable while being in these regions. And again, we're going to offer you the occupied terrace, the restaurant, so some of the same familiarities that you find on our ocean ships, that'll be on our expeditions. And my personal favorite touches for the expeditions is the equipment on board. So we have everything, we have a variety of smaller landing and exploration craft that enable guests to experience and explore their surroundings, whether it be the Zodiacs, high capable rubber inflatable boats. They're military grade and take a smaller groups of passengers to landing sites or allow them to explore. The custom designed kayaks can either be operated by pedals to allow for hands-free operation, allowing guests to use binoculars or photograph their surroundings, or by paddle, depending on the guest preference. Custom designed to discover, the submarines allow guests to experience what lies beneath the waters. So yeah, these are all local, and these are all complimentary too. These are with your shore excursions. We also have the convertible ribs. So they're a high capable offshore vessel that allow for longer trips from the ship. And all of this is available on board. So you don't have to even get off of the ship to to board one of these. You actually board one of these inside of the ship, and then a conveyor belt comes down from the back of the ship and just lets you off from the main expedition ship itself. So you don't have to worry about, rough seas or water or trying to get on board from one ship to an expedition, toy on board. So it definitely makes them more seamless and better and more smooth for you guys to load those and enjoy. And here is our itineraries that we're going to be using the expedition ships for. The first is our Antarctic Explorer, Buenos Aires to Ushuaia, 13 days, 2 countries. We don't have an exact itinerary. So what that means is it's going to be very adventurous. So I'm going to show you the map here to explain what I'm saying. So as you can see, these are some of the ports that it will be, but there's no line. So there's no direct path that we're going. You are guaranteed to hit some of these spots. It's just going to be whether it's weather permitting. These are some extreme conditions. So we do want to make sure that we can sail properly to these ports. So you will have the days that are promised, 13 days. You will have chartered flights between Buenos Aires and Ushuaia. These are also going to be starting in January 2022 as well. The 5 cruises actually in the first season have already sold out, but there are available for 2023 and then also later in the year of 2022. And here's a look at what you would see, the wildlife in Antarctica. So if it's penguins you're looking for, whales, seals, you might want to stick to the Antarctica itinerary. It's not guaranteed you'll see all of them, but for the most part, most of them you will. So if you're interested in those penguins, then take that Antarctica cruise. And then we also have the Arctic available. Again, 13 days. This is round trip Tromsø, starting in August 2022. Already selling out pretty quick. And here is a map of the possible itinerary. So again, you will be promised 13 days, just not exactly promised which exact ports, but it's definitely going to be an adventure. And here is wildlife if you're interested in the Arctic. So more polar bears, some whales here as well, the Arctic fox, and walruses. And here is a look at an overview. So again, you can do the Antarctic or the Antarctica or the Arctic, or we do have a 44 voyage where it combines both. So if you want to have more time to do that, definitely take a look at the 44-day that'll go from the Arctic to Antarctica. Very exciting itinerary. We've never done anything like this before, and we're really excited for this one. And then also with the expeditions, we are going to be sailing the ships to the Great Lakes. Here's to name a few. We've got our Niagara on the Great Lakes, 8 days. We got our Great Lakes Explorer, Milwaukee to Thunder Bay, and then we've got our Undiscovered Great Lakes, Thunder Bay to Milwaukee. So these are all available for sale as well. So any interest in these, your travel advisor will be happy to go over the dates and the pricing with you for those. And then we also offer our Canadian Discovery as well. So 13 days, 2 countries, New York to Toronto, vice versa. So these will our expedition ships will be used to do the Great Lakes and the Canadian Discovery. So if none of these itineraries or destinations appeal to you, don't worry, we have many more. Whether it's Europe, Russia, China, Egypt, for the rivers, we definitely visit it all. Or for the oceans, whether you don't want to take a Baltic or Mediterranean, we do Adriatic. And then we also have our Americas and Caribbean, all Asia, Australia, and then we do combine ocean and river voyages as well. So a lot of itineraries and destinations for you to choose from. Your travel advisors are fairly knowledgeable of Viking, so definitely get in touch with Just Cruisin Plus. I'll be happy to go over all of that with you. And I just want to touch briefly and say that we are now hitting 7 continents, 95 countries, 403 ports, 5 oceans, 20 rivers, and 5 Great Lakes. So there is no waterway that we are not touching in the world right now. We've come a far way from starting in the rivers of Russia. on our Longships. So we're very exciting for the future. Very excited for the future with Viking. I know this year has definitely set us back in hopes to travel, but we are pushing for growth more now than ever. We're very excited for the future of Viking. And now's the best time to book, not only because of availability of all these new products, but also too, we do have our risk-free guarantee. So if you book now, you can change your cruise date up to 24 hours of departure, and all your change fees are waived. So this really does give you the ultimate flexibility. 24 months to select your new cruise date. It is combinable with all Viking offers. So more information on our itineraries, availability, specials, contact your favorite travel advisor at Just Cruisin Plus. They'd be more than happy to assist you and get you booked for your next Viking cruise adventure.
Beth, it's interesting. We did have one question.
Go for it.
Several questions, but one of them was if there was a better month to book than another. And in looking at the things that you shared with us, I think. Hang on a minute. Can you hear me? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think based on the things you've shared with us, I think the best month to book is tomorrow for some of these things, because we can't go until 2023 on some of them.
It really is. Yeah, like I said, some of the newest products, they're selling out quicker than we can release dates or availability. So yeah, the best time to book is now. When it comes to Viking, even before this whole pandemic happened, a lot of our guests were booking a year or two in advance. Now that is because of availability, because we do sell out pretty well in advance. So the best time to book, yes, as you said, Charlie, is now, especially with our risk-free guarantee.
I have to tell you, the Mississippi River ship takes my breath away. That is magnificent.
Isn't it?
We did a Mississippi River cruise on a true sternwheeler, and it was fun, but it was nowhere near the luxury and the comfort and the accommodations and the things that we see that Viking is bringing to the U.S. market. That's breathtaking.
Oh, it really is. And like I said, the pictures don't even, we have yet to step foot on it. It's still being built. But before I even saw what the ocean ship was like, just pictures don't do it justice. The attention in detail that they go into these ships is just really beyond words. It's just really immaculate and very impressive. So I hope everybody
also
gets to
mention
that
the design of the Viking ocean ships, in addition to the Viking ocean ships garnering any number of awards for service and cuisine and any other number of things you can think of, consistently from the day the first ship went in the water, the Viking ships have had rave reviews as to the naval architecture and the physical plant itself for its beauty and its clean, open construction and architecture. The Viking Ocean product is truly magnificent.
It really is. Thank you so much for saying that. But it really is. And no one's ever said a different from coming back from seeing our ship in person. So you have to experience it for yourself. It's just breathtaking. It really is. And again, never feel overcrowded. It feels homey, but not the feels of where you feel like you can't touch anything because everything's too clean or too, it just really makes you feel real comfortable, really relaxed and really at home, but with the high end detail of like a luxury hotel.
Well, Beth, we want to thank you so much for being with us today and for giving us all this wonderful information.
You're welcome.
Lots and lots of guests on Viking, and they all come back with great reviews. One couple in particular that we sent to Russia on you guys just could not. They really, and these people are very well traveled, and they just came back raving. They had such a great time. I know that we're looking at ships now that are going to be in Egypt, and you've got them in China, and the ocean ships in Australia. So and the Mekong, Vietnam, Cambodia, all that area. So there's just such a great expanse of the types of ships and the destinations that you're going to. So again,
Yeah.
we thank you so much for
Oh,
being here.
you're very welcome.
And if you would like to book a cruise with us, our phone number is 615-833-0922. That's 615-833-0922. Our website is www.jcp.travel, not .com. If you do that, it's going to take you to JCPenney's site. So
Yeah, we tried to get the jcp.com site, but Penny's was a bunch of fuss budgets about it. So we took jcp.travel.
So jcp.travel. But go to our website. All the information about Viking is on it. Again, thank you so much. And thank
You're
you
very
all
welcome.
for attending today. And we hope that we can put you on a Viking ship soon. Thank you.
Have a good
Yes.
evening.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.